And so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Threnodies 8:13. The Chandri teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads the Darkspawn drove at us again and again until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings, the Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return, but those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We have few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. It may even be too late, for I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all. Hello, everyone. Hello. How are you all doing? It has been a while. I've missed you all. I have missed making videos, and I'm so sorry for my absence. I hope that you've all been doing well in the last few weeks. And I am back. I am back with one of my all-time favorite games, which is Dragon Age Origins, and just the Dragon Age trilogy in general, because Dragon Age 4, or Dragon Age the Veilguard, has been officially announced as coming out this year. So, of course, I'm going back for my 20th playthrough of these games, and I've wanted to make a Dragon Age video for so long. Like, before I even made this channel, I wanted to make a Dragon Age ASMR video, so please indulge my whims, and I hope that you will enjoy. So please sit back and get cozy, and enjoy some whispered Dragon Age Origins, a little bit of character creation, a little bit of gameplay. We are going to be doing the Dalish Elf origin. So, the background you select will determine which of 6 distinct opening stories you play through. It also affects how characters respond to you throughout the game. Now, they're definitely not lying when they say that origins are such a huge part of this game. Basically, every different origin is and how you get to be in the main story. Now, I will say I actually love the other two Dragon Age games as well. There's a lot of people that don't like the later ones. I love them just as much as Origins, but I will say that Origins does role-playing like none of the other games. So we can be a male or female. Men and women in Ferelden are generally regarded as equals. Both genders are evenly represented in most organizations, noble houses, and military forces. Now, obviously, this game is from the 2000s, and I know that in the new game there will be more like non-binary, different pronoun options and stuff like that. And this game does have some pretty cliche moments where you'll say things like, I'm a woman and I'm the bravest person here, or whatever. Like, it's very, very 2000s, strong female characters writing, but it's still good. So we will be playing as a female. Now we have 3 races to choose from. You can be a human, the most numerous yet the most divided of all the races. Only 4 times have they ever unified under a single cause, the last being centuries ago. Religion and the chantry play a large part in human society. It distinguishes them culturally from elves and dwarves more than anything else. Humans can be warriors, rogues, or mages. So your class and your race also influences the background that you can pick. So there are 3 classes: warrior, mage, and rogue, and 6 backgrounds. But a human rogue can only be a human noble. Born to wealth and power second only to royalty, you find your training in both diplomacy and battle put to the test as your brother leads the bulk of your family's forces to war in the south. And if you are a human mage, you can only have the magi background, which is the circle background, I would call it. Wielding a power as dangerous as it is potent, you know that magic is a curse for those lacking the will to control it. You anxiously await your harrowing, the one chance to prove yourself against the demons lurking without and within. Succeed, or be slaughtered by the knights who ward against your kind. And then elves. Once enslaved by humans, most elves have all but lost their culture, scrounging and impoverished living in the slums of human cities. Only the nomadic Dalish tribes still cling to their traditions, living by the bow and the rule of their old gods as they roam the ancient forests, welcome nowhere else. And elves can also be warriors, rogues, or mages, and the mages have the same background in the circle, but the warriors and rogues can be either a Dalish elf, proud of your role as one of the few true elves. You have always assumed you would spend your life with your tribe until a chance encounter with a relic of your people's past threatens to tear you away from everything you have ever known. Or a city elf. You have always lived under the heavy thumb of your human overlords, but when a local lord claiming his privilege with the bride shatters your wedding day, the simmering racial tensions explode in a rain of vengeance. And finally, dwarves. Rigidly bound by caste and tradition, the dwarves have been waging a losing war for generations, trying to protect the last stronghold of their once vast underground empire from the Darkspawn. Dwarves are very tough and have a high resistance to all forms of magic, thus preventing them from becoming mages. So they can only be warriors or rogues, and they have 2 backgrounds, which are dwarf commoner, born casteless in a land where rank is everything, bound as the lackey and thug of a local crime lord. You have spent your life invisible until chance thrusts you into the spotlight, where you can finally prove whether Kunari as a race, who are very cool. But for this, as I said, we will be picking a Dalish Elf. I'll go with Rogue. Now, my favourite origins are actually the City Elf and the Human Noble, but those two kind of, I'd say they're the most disturbing out of all of the origins, and the Dalish Elf one is slightly less dark, I suppose you could say. It's still kind of just like they're all kind of disturbing, but it's probably the least disturbing. So I'm gonna skip most of the character creator because I have so many mods for this game. And to be honest, I'm not gonna really change very much, but this is how many hair mods I have for this game. So if I sat here and went through them all individually, I think this video would be about 3 hours long. So I'm gonna give her red hair. I just like, I don't know why, whenever I think elf, rogue, I think red hair. I don't know why. I'm gonna give her green eyes. And this tattoo, which the Dalish have, is called Veilguard, and they are supposedly markings inspired by the elven gods, although we actually later learn that they are something else. But I suggest you play Dragon Age Inquisition if you would like to learn more about the Dalish lore, because it is so interesting. But yeah, I'm just gonna fiddle around with her and I will jump to when she is finished. Okay, here she is. As you can see, I've not really changed very much, but yeah, this is the hairstyle. I like this one because even though it's a mod, I feel like it looks a little bit more lore friendly than some of the other hairstyles. And you have Mahariel as your surname for the Dalish Elf, and all of the different origins have a different surname. Now there is a document that I use which someone made on Archive of Our Own called Project Elven, which has a shed load of elven names, like as inspiration if you want to have a lore-friendly Dalish name. So I'm just going with the first one on the list, which is Adalena, which means daughter of the forest, and that feels quite fitting. So now we have 5 points to spend on our attributes. So the main attributes for rogues are dexterity and cunning. So I will just put 3 into dexterity and 2 into cunning. I'm not going to spend too long on the character creator just because, as I said, we could be here for hours if I read all of it. So I'm going to put my 1 skill point into coercion, I think, which is basically persuasion. And then I'll put my talent points. Oh, I can't take any of these because I don't have combat training, but okay, I'll put 1 point into lockpicking and 1 into stealth, I guess. Okay, let's play. I'm playing on easy, and I actually have a mod which makes easy easier. You were born amidst the Dalish elves, noble wanderers who refused to join the society of humans that subjugated their homeland so long ago. The Dalish travel the land in tightly bushes. Bandits, no doubt. We aren't bandits, I swear. Please don't hurt us. You Shemlin are pathetic. It's hard to believe you ever drove us from our homeland. We've never done nothing to you, Dalish. We didn't even know this forest was yours. This forest isn't ours, fool. You stumbled too close to our camp. You Shems are like vermin. We can't trust you not to make mischief. What do you say, Lethaline? What should we do with them? Let's find out what they're doing here. Does it matter? Hunting or banditry? We'll need to move camp if we let them live. We didn't come here to be trouble. We just found a cave. Yes, a cave with ruins like I've never seen. We thought there might be treasure. So you're more akin to thieves than actual bandits. We know this forest. There are caves, but no ruins. You lie. We found this just inside the entrance. This stone has carvings. Is this Elvish? Written Elvish. There's more in the ruins. We didn't get very far in, though. Obviously, I should say this game does have voice acting, but I always feel with ASMR that the voices aren't always going to be relaxing, so I turned them off and thought it makes more sense for me to just read the dialogue, but I hope you don't mind. How do you know that's Elvish, Tamlin? I've seen something similar on the Keeper Scrolls. And this is all you found? Why didn't you look for more? There was a demon. It was huge with black eyes. Thank the Maker we were able to outrun it. A demon. Where is this cave? Just off to the west, I think. There's a cave in the rock face and a huge hole just inside. Do you trust them? Shall we let them go? Let's let them go. You frightened them enough, they won't bother us. Run along then, Shems, and don't come back until we Dalish have moved on. Shem, that's like Dalish word for humans. Shall we see if there's any truth to their story? These carvings make me curious. Sounds like a good idea. And if we find anything, the Keeper will want to know. Okay. This lighting is so weird. I can't tell if I accidentally made her brown haired or if that's just the lighting. I don't know. So here we are. I mean, it's hard to say whether this game looks good for what is it now, like 15? Yeah, 15 years old. It definitely is. It's very clunky to play, but I don't know. Oh no. Being attacked by wolves. The combat is of its time. But I don't know, maybe it's my nostalgia goggles, but I love this game. The dead Howler. Its throat has been slit. Oh. The Howler are like kind of deer-like creatures which the Dalish look after, I suppose. I don't know if they grow in the wild, but not grow. I don't know if they live in the wild or not, but it's the Brazilian forest. Not Brazilian. Brazilian. Okay, get some elf fruit. I'm just looting anything that I find. There's the cave, I assume. I don't know if he said something. Oh yeah. This must be the cave. I don't recall seeing this before, do you? No I don't. Let's check it out. With luck, we'll find something that will make us clan heroes. Oh dear, yeah, good luck with that. This doesn't look like somewhere I'd want to go into, I'm not gonna lie, but if that's your wish, Tamlin. Looks like the Shem was telling the truth, but these ruins look more human than elven. This place makes me nervous. So talk, if that will calm you down. Weren't you supposed to be assisting Master Farathorn today? How did you end up coming with me? I wanted to be with you, of course. course, they have like such a cute little budding romance. I thought that might be the case. I'm glad. Oh. What else can we say to him? What do you think all this is? This looks like a very old human place. Why did they build this? And why would elven artifacts be here? Maybe some of our ancestors lived here in caves like the dwarves. More likely the elves here were slaves. The keeper said it took a long time for slavery to erase our ancestors' history. Maybe whoever lived here still wrote and spoke Elven. It does feel sinister here, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like anyone's home. I have this odd sensation that we've disturbed something. Oh dear. A Dalish hunter fears nothing. Why did you want to come down here so badly? We could be discovering our history. Minstrels will write songs about us. You aren't fooling me, Tamlin. If I were to bring back some valuable ancestral artifact to the keeper, she might forgive me for, well, you know. Thank you for covering for me, by the way. Of course, you know I'd do anything for you. Oh, Tamlin. I wasn't expecting this place to feel quite like this. The keeper will take any opportunity to gather elven lore. Lead on Lethaline. I think Lethaline means like my friend or something. Oh, Spideys. But yeah, so as I was saying before, I actually I love Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition. I know that not everyone likes them, and there are a lot of like Dragon Age Origins purists who are, basically refuse to acknowledge that the other two games exist. But I personally started out with Inquisition and kind of played backwards. I don't know, I feel like that gave me much more of an appreciation for Inquisition because I didn't play Origins when I was younger. I feel like I was too young when this game came out. I should not have been playing this when I was 10 when this came out. You recognize this statue, don't you? I hope not. It's warm, but it looks vaguely familiar. Back when our people lived in Arlathan, statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture with the statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of Arlathan? So Arlathan, or Arlathan, I think it's Arlathan. It's interesting, so much of our past is lost to us. I'd never have guessed ancient elves would have lived here with humans. Now this is one thing I'm so excited for in the Veilguard is we are going to see so much about the ancient elves because from the looks of it, Solus is going to be tearing down the veil and releasing two of the Evanuris, or the ancient elven gods who were locked away. I think it's Gillenane and Andruil, I want to say, but I might be getting those wrong. And they look is again. Can you feel that? I think it knows we're here. I just need to take a closer look. Oh no, Tamlin. It's showing me places. I can see some kind of city underground. And there's a great blackness. It saw me. Help. I can't look away. Oh, Tamlin. As you can probably guess, this is not going to end well. Oh. Hey you, you're finally awake. Can you hear me? I am very sorry. It was that. I couldn't possibly guess. Oh, we are back in camp. You're awake. You've the God's own luck, Letherland. You're back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel? Worried. Where is Tamlin? We don't know. The Shem who brought you here saw no sign of him. I don't remember anything. I was in a cave, then nothing. He was a grey warden and appeared out of nowhere, with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said he found you outside a cave in that forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The keeper's been using the old magic to heal you. Is anyone looking for Tamlin? Of course, most of the hunters are off looking for him right now, but the keeper wanted to talk to you as soon as you awoke. Stay here, I'll get her. I see you're awake, Dylan. It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did. I know not what dark power held you, but it nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive. Then Tamlin could be sick as well. If he encountered the same thing you did, yes. The Grey Warden said he found you alone outside a cave, already stricken. Duncan thought there may have been darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true? All I remember was the mirror. A mirror, and it caused all this. I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected. I was hoping for answers when you awoke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlin remains missing. He is more important than any lore in those ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlin as well. We must go ourselves, and quickly. Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Dylan? Without you, we will not find it. I'm up to it, Keeper. I feel fine. I'm relieved to hear it. I'm ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Meryl with you to the cave. Find Tamlin if you can, but do it swiftly. The clan is leaving. If there is any truth to what Duncan said, then Darkspawn may show up in these parts soon. We must get away from that horde. But it is not our only concern. Did you encounter any other humans out in the forest? 3 of them. We drove them off. Although you hurt no one, these humans roused their nearby village against us. Should have killed them. As everywhere, our people are not welcome here. We have stayed too long, and we must move on, quickly. Take Meryl to the cave and find Tamlin, I understand. Go quickly, for Tamlin's life hangs in the balance. I have questions about this Grey Warden. Why did you believe anything the Shemlin said? He seemed honourable, and his care for your safety speaks well of him. I trust my judgment. I thought the Grey Wardens had disappeared. After they defeated the Darkspawn long ago, the Grey Wardens' numbers diminished greatly over the centuries. It seems the humans are little use for them if Darkspawn aren't actively raising their lands. I suppose the thought of Darkspawn returning one day did not occur to them. And have they returned? The Grey Warden thinks so. A war may be in the offing. If so, we must get as far away from it as possible. Could we not help in the battle? Let the humans fight their battles, as we must fight our much joining them since the days of the Darkspawn Wars, however. What if he asks for one now? It would be a great honour, though I don't know why any Dalish would choose such a life. Regardless, he has not asked. I'm curious about these Darkspawn. What is a Darkspawn exactly? They're mostly boogeymen, used to frighten human children. In modern times, they are rarely seen out on surface lands. Their great numbers dwell in the ancient tunnels of the Durganlen, the dwarves. They obliterate all that is in their path. Like a plague of locusts, they spread disease and misery when they come to the surface. Didn't the Grey Wardens destroy the Darkspawn long ago? They destroyed the last horde of Darkspawn to threaten the surface. Doesn't mean they extinguished them all. Okay, let's head off. This is Veneral, that's who we're talking to. Does everyone know about the cave? He wants to come with us. Dan's my friend too. Okay. Let's take him with us, I guess. Can't hurt. So this is the Dalish camp. I think these are called Aravels, like their wagon type things. And some Dalish children. Let's have a look around. A lot of hunters. Paul and Juna. It's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you? I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here. Yeah, you're not Dalish, are you? That obvious, is it? I just found your camp a couple of days ago. A lucky thing. I heard rumours in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hoped to find your hunters in the forest. You are fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a sham, and a bandit at that. You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh. In the alienage we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right? Only the parts where we sacrifice young elves to the gods. That's funny. It is funny, right? You don't actually do that. Oh. Ooh. God of the Craft. June, God of the Craft. Interesting. Do we have like, maybe we have something dedicated to all of the different elven gods. The Evanurus. Master Island. I like his ponytail, or his little plait. It's cute. Oh, he's got a very nice bow. Can I have one of those bows? Damn. Could I ask you for a bow as well, Master Island? Yes, thank you. Well, that doesn't look anywhere near as cool as his bow. Wow. Why would you give away your father's bow? We are all the same clan. His hand is as my hand. I have relinquished nothing. It was my father who first spoke of the Vir Tanadal, the three ways of the hunter. The first is Vir Asan, the way of the arrow, to reach for our goal, unrelenting. The second is the Vir Borasan, the way of the bow, to bend but not to break. The last is the Vir Adalan, the way of the wood. We are as ancient as the forests, each tree a part of the greater land. All Dalish are united in this. One day we shall have a homeland again. Oh. Okay, we got a nice new bow. What else can we find? Oh, here's another one. Elganan. The head of the Pantheon. Interesting. Oh, I can't open that chest apparently. What happens to we are all part of the clan, you know, we share everything. Apparently not that one chest that I'm not allowed to open. Is there anything else? Ooh, recovered. How are the Hala faring? They fare well. Oh yes, okay, the Hala pulled the Aravel. We're going to find him, don't worry. The Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. Oh, they're quite fun. That's very cute. The Hala are beautiful creatures. They are equals, not servants like the Shemlin horses. Alice Gillanane, mother of the Hala. By the creators, it is so good to see you whole and well. Another Ra, a chalet, it's good to see you too. Blah blah blah. Everyone says Tamlin may be dead. He's missing, that's all we know. I know how much you and the lad care for each other. It was always my hope that you two. Well, let's not dwell on it. Oh. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks. You've never spoken of my parents much. What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one. Don't we Dalish strive to learn of our past? Perhaps you're old enough to hear this. Your mother was a hunter, one of the finest, and your father was the keeper before Marathari. He was with us for a very long time. Your mother was from another clan, and her elders did not approve of the match. She and your father had to meet in secret. One day, bandits caught them alone in the forest. Your father was killed, but your mother escaped. Humans killed my father. Yes, but also city elves too. Those of our kind living with humans do not hold to the old ways. Your mother held to life long enough to give birth to you, but grief racked her heart. One night she simply walked into the moonlight and never returned. Oh. I don't know what to say. The clan decided not to discuss this around you, lest it poison your heart with sadness. No, I understand. Our people have learned to live with much sorrow. It seemed only right that we not dwell on it. Your mother did leave you a gift, something of your father's for you to have once you are older. Take this key. You'll see some chests behind the storage Aravel by the Halapen. One of them was your mother's. Oh, that was the chest I was trying to open. There we go. It's all coming together. All I had to do was listen to a very tragic story to be able to get into that chest. Let's go see what's in it. Oh, it's a scroll on the history of the elves before the fall of Alathan. So we got a heirloom necklace. Let's put my new bow on. Nice. Now we need to go and find Meryl. If you have played Dragon Age 2, you will know that Meryl is actually a companion in Dragon Age 2. The keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed, but our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time. I can't do her Welsh accent from Dragon Age 2. Veneral's coming with us. Any objections? That depends on the keeper. I thought we were supposed to go alone. Should I ask her? You said the cave is a dangerous place. You want to risk Veneral getting hurt or worse? I should tell the keeper. Okay, let's go ask the keeper. Mom, can my friend come out to play? Keeper Marathari. She's also in Dragon Age 2, I think. This is the Dalish camp that we come across in Dragon Age 2. I want to bring Veneral with us to the cave. Veneral, are you certain? I'm already putting Meryl at risk. I don't want to lose you too. I want to help Keeper. If we can find Tamlin, it's worth the risk. You have my permission, and thank you for asking for it. There you go. See, always worth asking. You miss every shot you don't take. some of our old magic, as the Keeper does, and I'll know about these relics if I see them. The Keeper isn't sending me to collect anything, however. We're worried about Tamlin. Let's head out. The Keeper has given her leave. Then let us make haste while daylight lasts. Okay. What do you think happened to Tamlin? I dread to think of it, if he is as sick as you were. Even if the worst has happened, we cannot leave his body unburied. Well, no need to sugarcoat it. Oh, here's the Darkspawn. But I've not really talked about Veilguard. With Darkspawn. You're asking me. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before? I think I would have noticed. You're right. Were you hurt during the fight? I'm fine. Why do you ask? You do look quite pale now that Meryl's mentioned it. Nothing. Forget I said anything. Let's go. Interesting. Yeah, so when the first trailer came out for Veilguard, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty worried. Like, I feel like the first trailer just looked very strange. It looked like some kind of multiplayer mobile game. Like, I don't know, the art direction was just really weird. Whose camp is this? Maybe it belonged to the Shamlin who found me. Do you hear that? No forest creatures, it's too quiet. The forest is too still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural. Uh-oh. Tamlin said he felt the same thing in the cave, and now it's affecting the forest. Maybe that mirror unleashed some kind of sickness. That would not be good. That's an understatement. The sooner we find this cave and Tamlin, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly. Yeah, so the first trailer really worried me because I have been waiting for Dragon Age 4 for the last 9 years since Inquisition, and as you can probably tell, I am obsessed with Dragon Age, like to a ridiculous level. So I was so worried that, especially after some of the things we've heard in development, the fact that it's been in development for 10 years and it's basically been restarted like 5 times, and it was originally going to be a multiplayer game or like a live service kind of game. I don't know, I just was so worried, but the gameplay trailer, or like the gameplay teaser they revealed, just looked amazing. It really did, and that overcame most of my doubts. They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. So we're talking about the ruins. We must find Tamlin, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about. Don't talk like that, you don't know. We should explore further before I go on about my fears. I'm sorry. Yeah, you should be. So yeah, I'm so excited. I genuinely am. I'm gonna be playing it non-stop. I actually kind of, depending on when it's coming out and all of that, I would love to stream it, which is something I've thought about literally for like the last 10 years, about how I would love to stream it when it eventually does come out. So maybe if I get that set up, I will do that. Yeah. I don't. If you are a Dragon Age fan, I'd love to hear what you think about what we've seen so far of Veilguard. I really do think it's going to be good, and So you were the ones fighting Darkspawn. I thought I heard combat. You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered. If you heard the fighting, why didn't you help? I would have, had I not been battling them myself. Not all the kills here were yours, as you can see. My name is Duncan, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious. And Arana Tishan, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Merrill, the Keeper's apprentice. And I am Fenarel. Did you come here alone, human, battling all those creatures? Yes, though I must admit, you took a great deal of pressure off me. Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger. We're looking for our brother Tamlin. So you and your friend Tamlin both entered this cave, and you saw this mirror. Yes, Tamlin touched the mirror, and I blacked out. I see. That's unfortunate. The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the Darkspawn. Tamlin's touch must have released it. It's what made you sick, and Tamlin too, I presume. We need to take it to the Keeper. The Darkspawn are drawn to the mirror. Do you want to lead them to your clan? I do not fear this sickness. The Keeper knows how to cure it. She may have weakened it, but she cannot cure it. Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see. Then what should I do? First, we deal with the mirror. It is a pestilence and a threat. Oh. Well. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure. What about Tamlin? There is nothing we can do. I'm not leaving until I find him. Let me be very clear, there is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. That through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlin has no chance. Trust me when I say he is gone. Now we should return. Oh. Won't there at least be a body? The Darkspawn would have taken it. Why would they take his body? Not to eat it, I hope. Oh my god. Darkspawn are evil creatures, and it's best to leave it at that. I'm sorry. Can we just leave the cave like this? Is it safe? With the mirror destroyed, I doubt the Darkspawn will return. Can we return later and search through the ruins? We could learn from many things here besides the mirror. The cave is not safe. Everything here was exposed to the mirror's taint. If your people must come here, they should cleanse it with fire. Why not just tell me what the cure is? It's not that simple. I would tell you more, but I must first speak with your Keeper. I'm not ready to give up the search just yet. I suggest, however, leaving sooner rather than later. I just want to look around to make sure. Oh, Tamlin. Yeah, we're probably not gonna find him. What was the way we came in? Is it up here? No, this is definitely not the way we came in. But is there anything this way? Oh my gosh. That's a lot of dead bodies. And no sign of Tamlin. A strange statue commemorating the emergence of short-lived trading relationship with dwarves who dug too high. Interesting. Well, yeah, doesn't look like we're finding Tamlin. Sadly. Okay, let us head on out. Do I have to run all the way back? so soon, Duncan. I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper. Dare I ask of Tamlin, what did you find of him? The Grey Warden says we will find nothing. I see. Merrill, what about the mirror? Did you bring anything back? I can answer that, Keeper. I destroyed the mirror. I intended to use it to find a cure for this mysterious illness. I trust you had good reasons for your actions. There is much to discuss, Keeper. I've learned a great deal since I was last here. Let us speak privately within my Aravel then, Duncan. Merrill, warn the hunters. If Darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared. Manu Venom, Keeper. Dalen, allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure. Tell Aren Pyvel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Okay. Pyvel. So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened to Len? Is he truly lost to us? The Grey Warden says he is, but I'm not sure. Even if he's not, we must leave soon. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence. I don't recognize that poem. Our ancestors did not age as we do. The Shemlin brought a quickening to our blood that changed us forever. Instead of death, those weary of life would pass into Uthanera, the waking slumber. In doing this, they made way for the young. It was supposed to be a beautiful time, a celebration of the elder's long life and contribution to his people. Alas, we have no such ceremonies these days. Will you prepare a service for Tamlin, please? Of course, we've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on. But what if Tamlin isn't dead? We shall sing for him anyway, and pray he does not suffer. It's imperative now more than ever to pass on what we know to the young. Let us tell these children of the fall of the tales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling. Certainly, Haran. Children, hear of the fall of the tales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Darlan? Long ago, we were slaves to the humans. Yes, slaves to a terrible empire that humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the tales, worshipping the creators and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery. But the humans wouldn't let us be. They were resentful because we would not worship their gods and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold towards the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants. Then the humans declared war on the Dales, and so the Dales fell. They took our land and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands. We chose wandering the lands rather than the human rule. To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenan have a homeland once more. We shall return the old ways to those who have lost them. We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost law, walkers of the lonely path. We are the last Elvenan. Never again shall we submit. Thank you for your forbearance, Dalen. You remember both the tale and the oath of the tales perfectly. Oh, I love just everything about the Dalish lore is so interesting. We've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden. What does this have to do with my cure? Everything, I'm afraid. The darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable, but eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent this, but it means joining us. Can't you just give me the cure? The cure is only found by joining the Grey Wardens. As sole protectors against the Darkspawn, we're granted some immunity to the taint, but this is not charity. We enlist only the worthy, and you have certainly proven yourself. Should you join, it's unlikely you'll ever be able to return here. Is the clan sending me away? A great army of Darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun this storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against a blight, should that day arrive. We must honour that agreement. It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty, and your salvation. Is this the only way? Who knows what the future holds? Here our paths diverge. You may never find us again. I cannot express my sadness at sending one of our daughters off into such danger, away from the clan that loves her. But if this is what the Creators intend for you, Dalen, meet your destiny with your head held high. No matter where you go, you are Dalish. Never forget that. If this is my duty, then I will go. I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction. I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalen. Take this ring. It is your heritage and will protect you against the darkness to come. A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go? I would like to stay for Tam's funeral. We have much ground to cover, but I cannot deny you that. Say your farewells, then we must be off. Come then, Dalen. Before the Creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time. And then we leave, and this is where we get into the main game. So this is where all of the origins end, and we enter the main storyline. We'll be travelling south through the hinterlands to the ruins of Ostagar on the edge of the Kakari wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. Now I am just going to skip ahead, because we are going to wrap up this video. I'm just going to skip over this dialogue. Blah blah blah, talking about the blight. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and here we are at likely one definitely one for Inquisition, and hopefully one for Dragon Age 2.